Has everybody signed up who wants to speak? Has everybody signed up? Thank you. Jennifer's right here, and so we're going to start this meeting. I think we're right on time. Jennifer, are we live? Okay. Here we go. In living color. All right. Notice is hereby given pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act, Vernon's annotated civil statute, Article 625217, that the city of Smithville will conduct a council meeting and public hearing on September 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at City Hall located at 317 Main Street, Smithville, Texas. I call this meeting to order. I'm gonna find my gavel. At this time, we will have invocation led by Johnny Ray Thomas. He is a past council member, a big leader in our faith community, and I welcome you, Johnny Ray. Give us words of wisdom. You're going to have to go to the mic so everybody can hear you, but pick it up because you're tall, please. And turn it on. No, 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 no.
Well, there we go. Now you're good.
First, I want to say it's a pleasure being here. And I'm the pastor of Sweet Home Primitive Baptist Church. And I have many dear friends in here. And if we want to, we can bow our heads and let me say a prayer for everybody. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be here as one. And Heavenly Father, keep us in faith. Keep us with understanding. And Heavenly Father, protect our family, protect our loved ones. Keep us with understanding and love. And Heavenly Father, continue to keep your head of protection around us. And Heavenly Father, when we give weak, give us the strength to carry on and keep us in good health and in grace. And Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for keeping me, Heavenly Father, because without you, I can do nothing, and no one can do nothing. And Heavenly Father, keep us with an open mind. Keep us with peace in our heart. And Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing me to be here, to be able to speak. And Heavenly Father, keep me with your head of protection. To keep everybody in here with that hedge of protection and that love that everybody have in their heart. And you know our hearts. You know how we feel. Only you. I don't. Nobody in here know how a person's heart is but you. And Heavenly Father, thank you. And keep us of sound mind. In Jesus' name, have mercy on all of us. Amen.
Next item on the agenda is a proclamation for National Preparedness Month and will be read by Councilman Kathy. Please lead us.
Whereas the state of Texas historically leads the nation in the number of federally declared disasters, be they natural hazards, technological, or human-caused. And whereas National Preparedness Month is an opportunity for the city of Smithville to inform and educate residents, businesses, schools, and communities in the region to be more prepared by developing the capabilities needed to prevent, protect against, respond to, recover from, and mitigate against all threats and hazards. And whereas preparedness is the responsibility of every resident of the city of Smithville, and whereas preparedness is a national priority with the goal of shared individual and community safety and resilience. And whereas personal, business, animal, and private sector preparedness may serve to mitigate the impacts of various emergencies, incidents, and disasters in the city of Smithville. And whereas the City Council of the City of Smithville encourages all residents to participate in preparedness activities and are asked to review preparedness information at ready.gov and to sign up to receive emergency alerts via warrencentraltexas.org to become more knowledgeable and prepared. Therefore, be it resolved that on behalf of the City Council of the City of Smithville, hereby declares the month of September 2025 as Preparedness Month and encourages all residents, businesses, schools, and communities to develop emergency preparedness and resiliency plans and to register at warrencentraltexas.org to receive emergency alerts.
In witness whereof, I have unto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Smithville to be affixed this 8th day of September, 2025. Councilman Jenkins, will you lead us for the proclamation for Energy Efficient Day?
Whereas energy efficiency is the cheapest, quickest, and cleanest way to meet the city of Smithville's energy needs, avoid dangerous pollution, and reduce utility bills for residents and businesses in our community. And whereas implementing energy efficiency and other clean energy policies and programs can help boost economic opportunities and job creation while continuing to move the city of Smithville towards a sustainable future. And whereas smarter energy use reduces the amount of electricity needed to power our lives, which helps avoid power plant emissions that can harm our health, pollute our air, and warm our climate. And whereas for cities and states like ours that are trying to tackle harmful pollution, energy efficiency can get us about halfway towards our emission reduction goal. And whereas energy efficiency makes our homes and workspaces healthier, safer, and more comfortable, and whereas cutting energy waste saves U.S. households billions of dollars on their utility bills every year, up to $500 per household from appliance efficiency standards alone, and whereas the residents of the city of Smithville, Texas, can continue to contribute to our energy efficiency efforts by learning about and participating in our city of Smithville. Whereas a nationwide network of energy efficiency groups and partners have designated the first Wednesday in October as Energy Efficiency Day. And whereas together we can continue to contribute to our sustainability efforts by learning more about energy efficiency and practicing smarter energy use in our daily lives.
Therefore, I, Sharon Forrester, Mayor of the City of Smithville, do hereby proclaim the first Wednesday in October as Energy Efficient Day. In the City of Smithville, we urge citizens to join us in supporting our clean energy goals and moving towards a more energy efficiency now and in the future. Next proclamation is our Smithville Garden Club. On our agenda, it says 25 years. That's because they're all young and energetic and they do a lot of things for this community, but they're actually celebrating their 90th anniversary. And I am very, very proud of our garden club. Whereas on February 13th, 1935, Mrs. E. Clay Williams invited a group of ladies to meet at the old City Hall to organize what became the Smithville Garden Club, with the purpose to stimulate knowledge and love of gardening among its members and to promote civic improvements and beautification. And whereas for 90 years, the Smithville Garden Club has faithfully upheld their vision through educational programs, monthly meetings on conservation, horticulture, landscape, design, garden therapy, and flower arranging, and by sharing their talents with the public through flower shows and community displays. And whereas the Smithville Garden Club has brought honor to Smithville through recognition at the district and state level, including having one of our own members, Miss Renee Blosky, serve as District 5 Governor in 1967 and later as President of Texas State Garden Clubs in 1991. Whereas the club has enriched the community with lasting projects such as the Yard of the Month designation began in 1957, which continues to this day to encourage pride in home landscapes. And the Arbor Day tradition began in 1960, where a tree was planted at Smithville High School campus in honor of the club's founder. And whereas through 9 decades of service, the Smithville Garden Club has strengthened civic pride, promoted beautification, and inspired generations to share in the joy of gardening and community service. And whereas the year of 2025 marks the 90th anniversary of the Smithville Garden Club, a milestone that celebrates not only its rich history, but also its continuing legacy of leadership, fellowship, and dedication to the betterment of Smithville. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Sharon Forrester, Mayor of the City of Smithville, do hereby recognize and honor the Smithville Garden Club in its 90th anniversary and call upon all citizens to join in celebrating this remarkable organization and its endearing contribution to the community. Next item is presentation on the Smitty book. Ms. Ortiz, there you are. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, City Leadership and City Council and everyone here in the room, as well as those in the joining us online. I really appreciate you getting me on the agenda. I know you have a full agenda, so I will do my very best to be short, not bore you, but entertain you. So I first came to Smithville in August of 2024 for what was supposed to be a 2-month short cat sitting gig. But during that time, I was inspired by Smitty, and I was smitten by Smithville. So the spark, it gave me the spark to write a children's book. When I was here a few times sharing about the book, the project has become something, not only one story, but something bigger. Next one. So the vision today is broader. It's not only about a book, it's about the impact books and related programs can have on Smithville. So our work rests on 3 pillars: the books, the publishing company, and the community impact. Now the book. So the picture book, Smitty, the Sweet Giant of Smithville, from small town wonder to a world record, is going to be released next year. I was hoping it to be released this year, but Brandy and I decided to postpone it because what we're crafting is not just a children's book. What we're crafting is a legacy book, a book that goes in coffee tables, a book that goes on classrooms and bookshelves and libraries, and a book that is passed on to generations. So while it's slow, it's intentional. So to build on the momentum, I got an idea of creating an activity book. But this is not just any activity or coloring book. It's interactive. It's about Smithville. So it's Explore Smithville with Smitty, the Sweet Giant, and his friends. So it will highlight landmarks of Smithville. It will have what to do, what to see, and it will include fun and interactive ways to explore Smithville where even the businesses can participate and promote them. So I don't think Sarah's here, but I really want to give a shout out to Sarah Hickman, because with little time, she jumped in and she drew all 24 pages by hand. And I think that is so special and unique, especially in this day and age of digital art and AI. So thank you, Sarah. So we also held creative sessions with kids. I want to thank Allison Garrison at the Recreation Center, because she opened one of her sessions. And then also to Quinto Patio for giving us the space on August 30. And thank you for the Smithville Coffee House for giving snow cone treats to the kids. They really like that. They like giving their coins. So currently the illustrations are in the hands of one of the talented graphic artists in the community, Jessica Wilson. And while the artwork is all hand drawn, we still rely on design software to pull everything together. Within the next week or two, and hopefully not two, we expect the print-ready files to go to press. So what began with 2 books grew into Edge Ink and Ideas, a publishing company founded here in Smithville. So these stories can live on a bigger stage. I already own Edge Book Printing Solutions, where I help authors, organizations, and big corporations produce high-quality books. But I created Edge Ink and Ideas as something different, a publishing company that gives small towns like Smithville a platform for stories. Our tagline is, where local voices rise and dreams take flight. Now, this is not a tagline. This is the heart of what we do. Actually, I was inspired by Pfizer Gallery, which brings writers and artists into creative exchange with people of all ages. The spirit resonates deeply to me, and my vision is to expand it through publishing, so everyone from kids to grandparents can see their voices in print. These are not just books. These are time capsules, testaments, and work of labor. So imagine a veteran making sure his service to the country is not forgotten. A teacher that couldn't find a book in the shelf. A homegrown chef that's gathering recipes of generations, or even a musician that's writing a memoir that goes beyond the lyrics and the echoes of music, or even a grandma whose memories want to record it before it fades. So these are the voices and the stories, examples of what we want to lift up. And this is also my personal why in life, because I believe that if we dream and create, we just might inspire someone to begin. And the most important of it is really, the most important pillar really is the community impact. Because the initiative is not just about books, it's about what books spark in the community. And that touches education. We've held, as I said, we've held free art sessions. We've seen kids, and kids at heart, 72-year-old came and drew. And create drawings. Their drawings are now part of this book, giving them pride, ownership, and confidence in their creativity. Looking ahead, I plan to bring programs that introduce students to the entire publishing process: writing, illustration, editing, marketing, graphic design, and marketing, even, YouTuber or podcaster. I remember one kid told me he wants to be a streamer. So that's all part of publishing too. And there's distribution and fulfillment. So I actually am already in conversation with Danette Perez at the aftercare program. We're going to do a 6-week program sometime in this fall to introduce kids to writing. Of course, there's that cultural impact. These projects bring people together. An example is the Garden Club. Parents, teachers, artists, and local leaders strengthening Smithville identity and pride. They celebrate our history and landmarks while sparking imagination and showcasing Smithville as a place where culture and creativity thrive. And of course, in any initiative, there's got to be the economic impact, especially for the city council. That's what you want to hear, right? So the initiative create opportunities for local talent and businesses, and also supports the chamber as well as the cultural district for their marketing efforts, and stimulates tourism through festivals, events, and even regional and national exposure. At the heart of it all, it's the kids and the families. The art they create, the pride they feel, and the stories they tell is what makes the work matter most. So this is just a quick snapshot of our timeline, but I want to highlight that the Explore Smithville activity book will launch this fall, and we'll have, fun cover reveals. We're going to have a fun release party for the community. And then in 2006, Smitty, the Sweet Giant of Smithville picture book, the major event is I'm actually going to get a booth, even maybe a bigger booth at the Texas Book Festival. So bringing statewide recognition to both Smitty and Smithville. And of course, Festival of Lights. Smitty needs to truly shine in his hometown. Someone asked me one, well, what is your ask? Why are you presenting in the city council? My ask is simple, and it's just about collaboration. So for the city council, what I ask is partnership. Keep the conversation going as the project grows. Help in sharing events and milestones. Opportunities to engage schools, libraries, and community spaces. Visibility, inclusion, and cultural promotion where it makes sense. And connections, introductions, ideas, or small touches that help us strengthen Smithville cultural momentum. And to the community, my ask is just as important. Participate, join art sessions, writing workshops, and events. These are free. Share, spread the word, add your touch, crafts, creativity, or resources that supplement and enrich in the project. I'll be reaching out to the Yarn Bombers. I'll be reaching out to the Smithville Playhouse. I'll be reaching out to the Garden Club, because there's so much artistic groups here in Smithville, and all we need to do is bring it together in one vision and one project. So in closing, I'd like to invite everyone to follow us on social media. And most importantly, share and spread the word. Because every time you share, you're not just sharing a project, you're sharing hometown pride. I'll be honest, I've never dreamed of coming to Smithville, But now that I'm here, even in a nomadic state, thank you to the hospitality of community members that provide me housing, I have big dreams for Smithville. Dreams that celebrate its small town spirit, its creativity, and its place on the bigger stage. The projects have already brought together so many wonderful people. Brandy's here, Sarah Hickman, Erica on marketing, and even Lance, I was able to pull him and said, I need this pages scanned right away, and I hope that we would welcome even more voices.
Brandy, please introduce yourself. I know you have worked hard.
Hi, I'm Brandy Royster, and I am the illustrator working on the book with Jenna Beth.
And I'd like, if you'll see it, yeah. I'm sorry. And you know what? It's all about dreams, right? And I'd like Brandy to speak to that.
So I was actually really super grateful to have this opportunity. I don't know if people are really aware how difficult it is to get into illustrating children's books. Something that I found out along the way was that most publishing companies don't want to work with an artist unless they've already been published. Well, I mean, how do you make that happen, right? So luckily, Jenna Beth took a chance on me. I've been an artist for about 25 years, but this is my very first time illustrating a children's book. And so far, I have just enjoyed every moment of it. It's been so fun, learned a lot along the way, still learning, but it is definitely something that I am so excited and so grateful that I get to get up every morning and work on. So thank you for that. Thank you for entrusting
you.
me.
And thank you and Sarah Hickman, all of you.
Sarah.
Yes, so thank you all. That's very kind of you.
So you know what? I'd like to share, and maybe right now I want to pique your interest, and maybe you want to hear an excerpt from the book, The Smitty, the Sweet Giant of Smithville.
Talking to the mic, sir.
Oh. So here's an excerpt. In the bright town of Smithville, the story began, and the town worked together, woman and man. From the sugar and spice, there became something more. All the baking and teamwork had made spirits soar. Now, where Smitty stands out as a symbol for all, he reminds the whole world that that big dreams start out small. If you dream and believe your adventures begun, even small towns like Smithville are magic and fun. So be sure to remember, whatever you do, in every small town, big dreams do come true. And so, if you can indulge me for another 2 minutes, there's an old saying that says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And we've prepared a short video that speaks louder than anything I have said or could ever say. So, roll the video and thank you.
That's such a happy note. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, general public comment. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I done forgot about our minutes. Approval of the minutes from, oh, nope, still forgot that. Oh, I didn't, I thought we got, that one got, is it not, is it?
We have
still-
E and F still.
We what?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I pulled them both. Presentation from TML on efficiency audits. I apologize, TML. Forgive me. I done jumped all ahead. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No worries at all. I am delighted to be here with y'all. I am Marty Simpson, and I'm the Assistant Director of City Financial Services for the Texas Municipal League. A lot of y'all are very active with TML. I've been involved with TML for over 30 years. Very grateful. A little bit about me. I'm a Baylor Bear. I'm a CPA. I grew up in Gatesville, Texas, which is similar to Smithville, Texas. My mother was an elected official. She was a county clerk for a long time. As a matter of fact, she was a county clerk until she was in her 80s. So she recently retired. I know she did. God bless her, but she absolutely did that. So I worked in the private sector for about 10 years, and then I decided I wanted to serve my community. At the time, I was living near the city of Killeen, so I spent about 18 years with the city of Killeen, the home of the great place. I bleed camo. I love our soldiers. It was a wonderful opportunity. Then I finished my career with the city of New Braunfels. I retired in 2018, and I decided to go to work for the Government Finance Officers Association of Texas. It's another affiliate of TML, GFOAT. So all of y'all that are going to TML, come look for our booth. You'll have TML booth. You'll have the GFOAT booth right beside the TML booth. Got a lot of really smart CFOs and finance professionals throughout this great state of Texas that work with us and are volunteers with GFOAT. So in 2018, I thought I was going to retire. I was going to float the river. I live in New Braunfels, and I got bored. I still do it some, not as much, but I decided that I wanted to serve this great state. So again, started working for GFOAT. I still hold that title. I wear two hats because when you retire, you're supposed to get two full-time jobs, right? That's, as all of y'all are up here, not retired, but all of y'all have other things going on, and y'all do this full-time job as city council. It's absolutely wonderful, and I greatly appreciate the work that our councils do throughout the state of Texas. In 2020, if you don't know Serena Breland out of Pflugerville, Texas, she's pretty smart, one of the really smart city managers. She called me up, and she's very convincing. She called me up and said, I need some help. Our finance director is leaving, and we don't have a finance director. It's in the middle of COVID. We're trying to do all the crazy things we all had to do through COVID, and we're going to try to adopt a budget and a tax rate, which I'll get to do tonight as well, and then audit. So I went and worked for Pflugerville, not intending to do consulting, and then I realized there was just such a great need. So for a few years there, I did consulting on top of GFOAT, and I realized it was just a small impact. Every city I went to, it was just a small impact. So Bennett Sandlin is the executive director of TML, and he approached me and said, how can we reach out to our cities throughout the state of Texas? So in the beginning of 2024, we formed the City Financial Services with TML. It is the first fee-for-service that TML has looked into since the risk pool. It's been a few years. And so the reason why we charge a fee is because I can't talk the city of Dallas into paying for the city of Waco's finances or whatnot. I mean, I wish I could, but it's kind of the way it goes. But it's a beautiful program. Right now, we've served over 26 cities in about a year and a half. We formed the program to help small cities. We understand with a lot of cities, we live where we want to live. We love our communities. I mean, you guys, I heard the story about Smitty, and I love Smithville. I've been coming to Smithville for a long time. It's a beautiful community. And yes, I'm a fan of Hope Floats. Y'all probably hear that all the time, but beautiful town. I'm going to come back with my mom and dad and have lunch. They don't live too far from here, but we all live in our communities because we want to live there. Sometimes it's hard to pull a finance director in, someone with experience. But we're learning. You may have that accountant that's really good at what they do. We kind of formed this program. We had this vision of this person who had worked at Dairy Queen. And now suddenly they're the CFO for their city. Well, it happened. It wasn't Dairy Queen, it was Whataburger. And I'm kind of good with that too because I am a Texan. And so we worked at a small city last summer, and their finance person had moved up from working at Whataburger, non-degreed accountant, came to work for the city and utility billing. And by the time she worked her way up, suddenly she's a CFO of this small town. So we spent some time with her, trained her up because city finances are pretty complicated. Very few colleges teach municipal finance. They just don't. I know that some of you, when you're newly elected and your finance professional comes up and starts talking budget and tax rate and whatnot, you're thinking that is a language I've never understood, right? I mean, when we do that to y'all, we're kind of geeks when it comes to city finance. We talk in acronyms and all sorts of crazy language. So we're learning with boot camp that we can train. We custom these boot camps to each individual city. We sit down with y'all. What is your scope of service? What is your pain points? What is the most important thing that you need help with? That old adage, if you teach somebody to fish, they're going to eat for the rest of their lives. We want to teach y'all how to do your finance and go away. We want to work ourselves out of a job with your city. We want to come in, make your finance professionals stronger, and then go on. We work with the staff. We don't do the work for you. We sit down and work with the staff. If you've been following this 89th legislative session that we may or may not have ended, the Senate Bill 1851 was passed. And so if the law has always required that cities must have their audits complete through March, the end of March, the preceding year. Now there's a penalty. If you don't have your audits caught up, someone can report you, and at the end, it will force you to only be able to adopt the no new revenue rate. Some cities can function on the no new revenue rate. Growing small cities, that may be difficult. So we're helping quite a few cities get your audit ready, get you caught up. What does that mean? Every single program is catered to the specific needs of what the city needs. I have had boot camps with mayors and council and department heads, or just finance people, or just council, your higher end, department heads that don't quite understand. I went to school to be an accountant. I love being an accountant. My daddy was an accountant. I was born to be an accountant. I reconcile my bank account to the penny, like weekly, because I'm weird. But your police chief or your fire chief or your parks and recs director, they did not go to school to be accountants, but we make them be accountants every single year. We make them do a budget. We make them maintain their budget. So we're here just to help. And again, city finance is difficult. When I went to Baylor, I had about, maybe a month of municipal finance. I took a little bit on the CPA exam, but there's just not a lot of schools out there that really train. So we're here to help. I've got about 6 retired CFOs from all over the state of Texas. They're very, very smart people with 20, 30 years of experience. I've got them off the couch. They retired. I've got them back out working, and they're loving it, every bit of it. They do give me a hard time because if you can't tell I'm a Texan. I was born on Texas Independence Day. I'm so proud of the state that we live in. I can't help myself. And so when we were trying to come up with titles for our program, someone said, "What about boot camp?" And I said, "I bleed camo, but I look better in Lucchese's than I do in combat boots." So we've kind of taken on the whole Texas. We don't call our guys consultants. We call them wranglers, and they love it. I've even got some of my friends that I never thought would put on a Pearl Snap shirt. They're wearing Pearl Snap shirts. So when you come to our booth, you'll see my Wranglers and Pearl Snap shirts. So it's a lot of fun. But we formed this for small cities. We've had the city of Dallas, the city of Garland, Corpus Christi, city of Waco. The smallest city we've gone out to is a city of 150 in population. But there's certain times of the year they have hundreds of thousands of people in their community because they have a big festival kind of down near Houston. So we've gone from very small cities to big cities, all sorts of, from payroll audits to looking at your processes. So again, we cater this. I mean, I can stand up here all night long. Y'all have got to adopt your budget. Y'all have got to adopt your tax rate. We're also offering a couple of trainings. We talked about TML Annual. I know some of y'all are going to go October 29th through the 31st. And then we started adding some boot camp trainings, which are actually 2-day trainings. We're going to East Texas. It wouldn't be too far of a drive for y'all to go to Nacogdoches. So it's on the TML website under the calendar, December 9th through the 10th. It's an actual training, 2-day training at the Fredonia Hotel there in Nacogdoches. So with that said, I'm here to entertain any questions y'all have on the program and what we can do for the city of Smithville.
You bring a lot of energy, girl.
As an accountant, right?
You and my sister have your own love language. I'm just,
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Brandon, did she spark any questions in you?
I think where I have heard it being argued that this is more to help find efficiencies within departments. Making sure that certain things are achieved certain things are revealed to be worked on and stuff like that. And this sounded more as a mechanism to understand finance. And so I just want to understand the difference there.
We do all of that. We have gone out to cities and basically, now as far as like I'm trying to think of the forensic audit, we don't come in and look at every single dime, every single penny, you know. Usually those are good if you have a certain process in your city that you're worried about. If you want to do a forensic audit for the city as a whole, sometimes cities do that. It's very costly, and that's usually those cities that nothing's working right. So forensic for a specific area that you may have problems, we come in and look at your processes, we come in and look at your policies, we give the council a letter. We can come back and even present that, but you'll get a report at the end of the engagement where we tell you what have we found, what are our recommendations. We'll look through your policies, kind of give some guidance on how you can rewrite some of those specific policies to add. We believe that transparency is absolutely the most important thing. You guys sitting up here, we need to tell you everything. I mean, y'all need to know as transparent as possible what's going on with your finances. Kind of believe that, I know some of my other department heads will disagree with me, but I think your finance function is the most important thing in the world, because if you don't get your money right, you can't do anything else. So yes, we come in and check out those efficiencies.
Marty, when we spoke on the phone, I think you mentioned that typically you come in for a week and then it can be extended if that's warranted. Is that correct? And can you talk just a little bit more about that process? And during that week, what do you do exactly?
So absolutely. So we meet with y'all ahead of time and we try to figure out, again, what are your pain points? Not a lot. I mean, we can accomplish quite a bit in a week's time, but we have to focus on what are those primary processes we need to look at. So we enter into a contract. We like to start out with a full week. And when we come out, the CFO comes out, the Wrangler comes out and works with your team. And what we ask is there's no downtime. Sometimes, most of the time, we're eating lunch right there at City Hall. We don't want to waste a single minute. You pay us by the hour, so we want to get you to have the most bang for your buck. So what that week looks like is we agree ahead of time on that scope of engagement. What are those things that we plan on looking at, making recommendations, working through for that first 5 days? You can extend. What I'm seeing a lot of contracts right now is a lot of cities are going in a 60-hour contract, so that the Wrangler comes out for 40 hours, and then there's some follow-up. So we come out, we evaluate whatever those processes we agree upon that we're going to look at. And again, we have a report that we write for y'all with those recommendations, and we can have follow-up. We try to limit the travel time if we can, because we do charge for travel time. Again, that's, you're going to pay for travel time on a professional one way or the other. It's either built into the whole rate or they're but we're up front. We're letting you know. Try to pair a Wrangler that's closer. First and foremost, I pair a Wrangler that has that skill set that you need the most. Like if you tell me our budget needs a lot of work, I'm going to bring someone in that's a budget expert. So again, we spend that first week. We sit down, depending on who all you decide is going to be on the team. We're going to sit down with the team. Probably the first half a day, we're visiting, interviewing, talking to the people that you've listed. Sometimes it is mayors, sometimes it is council, sometimes it's department heads, sometimes it's just the finance staff. So that first half a day, we evaluate, we talk, we kind of figure out what's really going on. A lot of times we find out that maybe you thought you had a pain point, but there's one even more painful. We had a rough July, guys, in Texas. July the 4th was a horrendous day for us here in Texas. We went out to the city of Ingram about a month out, and they needed great help because they were a previous client, but we just went out. We went out to help them because they hadn't started on their budget process yet. They have now. And when you're trying to get your work done, and Al Roker shows up at City Hall, which is the reality of what our friends in the whole country are dealing with right now. So again, we spent that week getting their budget together as well as their tax rate. So sometimes we find that maybe what you thought was on fire, there's something else really, really on fire. So sometimes we change direction, but of course we visit with all of y'all first before we go in that direction. Did that help, Kathy?
Yeah, and so it's basically customized for each city depending on, and it may be different when you get in there. Or we may say, oh, wait, let's shift and go this direction after the first day or two or what have you. So can be customized depending on what the priorities are. when you get in there.
Extremely flexible. We went out last summer with a city that their chief, their city manager just left. After 12 years, decided I'm not doing this anymore and just left. And right in the middle of the budget process. So the team that was left was a relatively new team. And again, this stuff is complicated. The things y'all are going to approve tonight are pretty darn complicated, and the state makes it more complicated every single year. So we were able to go out and get them in line so that they could legally, ethically, morally get their tax rate, get their budget, do their postings, do absolutely everything they needed to do. So we switched direction immediately with that. So most of the time, y'all have a good handle on what you need us to work on. But we are flexible. If we get out there and we find something that's really, really troublesome, we're going to let you know immediately. And we have fun with it. I mean, yes, Mayor, we have a lot of energy. I got a stable of Wranglers that are just like me. And it's so funny because we love it. My kids make fun of me. They make fun of us because they're like, y'all are just geeks and y'all are supposed to be like golfing and fishing and y'all are still doing finances. So thank you. Thanks for calling me too, Kathy.
Enjoyed your energy. Any questions, Tyrone, Mitch? All right, thank
Thank
you.
y'all very much. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
coming. Okay, let's see if I get back on path. To do the approval of the minutes from the August 11th, 2025 council meeting and August 20th, 25 special called council meeting budget workshop and September 3rd, 2025 special called council meeting budget workshop and public hearing. Hopefully you got to read all that good information. Yes. Yes.
Mayor, I make a motion. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the August 11th, 2025 special called council meeting and workshop and the August 20th, 2025 special called council meeting and workshop and the September 3rd special called council meeting, workshop, and public hearing.
I'll second that motion.
A motion has been made and second. All in favor? It is approved. At this time, we're going to go into general public comment.
No, special.
What?
We're going into
No,
executive
They
session.
want, we're going to hear what the public has to say. And then
Yeah.
move on.
we'll do that.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We're going, first person, please.
First, I have Kristen Merriweather.
Hi, Kristen. Please welcome and state where your name and where you live, please.
Hi, council. Oh. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? All right. Oh, this is hard doing with glasses in, looking up. So I sent this email to you guys on August 27th. I just wanted to read it to the record, and I had actually a one that I added after I sent this. So, dear Smithville City Council, Mayor, and City Manager, I'm writing to invite you to subscribe to Smithville Texas News, our hometown digital newspaper, and to encourage you to subscribe in sharing its value with our community. As a professional journalist, I'm committed to providing fair, accurate, and comprehensive coverage of local government and community issues, including your work. While my reporting may sometimes frustrate you, my goal is always fairness and fostering an informed Smithville. Since launching in January 2025, Smithville Texas News has grown steadily. I provided some stats that are now outdated. We've actually gained more. So your support can help sustain and expand this momentum, ensuring Smithville has a robust press for years to come. Smithville Texas News offers unique benefits that align with our shared goal for the community. Number one, promoting transparency and trust. An independent newspaper fosters accountability by reporting on city government activities with journalistic integrity. Your support demonstrates a commitment to transparency, building trust with residents who value open communication, countering misinformation. In small towns like ours, rumors and half-truths on platforms like Nextdoor and Facebook often dominate. A professional news outlet provides a reliable source of facts, fostering informed decision-making, and potentially offering an opinion section for constructive dialogue. Number three, supporting economic development. A vibrant newspaper highlights local business, events, initiatives, attracting visitors, investors, and new residents. It signals that Smithville is a dynamic community, helping to further advance our economic development goals. Number four, preserving community history. Smithville Texas News serves as a historical record, documenting our town's events, achievements, and council decisions for future generations, strengthening our shared identity and pride. Number five, attracting grant funding. A credible news outlet enhances Smithville's visibility to external organizations such as grant providers who seek communities with strong communication channels. Coverage of local initiatives can make Smithville more competitive for funding opportunities. Six, a rare asset for small towns. Few towns our size have a dedicated newspaper run by a trained journalist with articles, video recaps, newsletters, and the Smithville Minute podcast. Smithville, Texas News is a unique asset for civil engagement in a rural community. As community leaders, your support is critical to the success of this endeavor. By subscribing and promoting Smithville, Texas News, you can lead by example, encouraging residents to rally behind a shared resource that strengthens our town's communication, unity, and growth. Your endorsement sends a powerful message that Smithville values professional journalism and civic engagement. I did come in here and say that there's nothing unethical about you guys purchasing a subscription. And I will say the last one that I forgot about because I hadn't covered sports. I can't tell you how many times I have parents of our high school students come and thank me after covering games. Our football team has not had a great season, and they didn't have a great one last year, but I still go out and cover those games, and they do really enjoy that. So I hope you guys will support this endeavor, and I would love to be able to do a presentation at a future meeting. So thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Next, I have John Schindler.
Hey, Mr. Schindler, come on up. Yeah, aw. All right, wait till you get to the mic, because everybody wants to hear these.
Time starts.
Oh, I see.
Good thinking, John.
You're really wise beyond your year. So say that. Okay, time starting.
Time starting. I was wrong twice last week. Once my wife had the shortest route to Giddings, and I had to apologize. And secondly, I was wrong when I came to the council here and said I thought the city was united and we could get together. Well, the internet went quiet after the last meeting. So it's time to start over. I don't know if you guys realize just what I go through here every day, every week when I come here and talk. I mean, not only do I have to take a bath and change my underwear. Okay, but when I was walking out today, my wife says, "You can't wear that shirt." And I said, "Sure I can, watch. This is my favorite shirt. This is not all who wander are lost." So I've asked the council members for quite some time to talk to me, give me a call. Most haven't done it. Well, today a fateful incident happened. I got to talk to a council member that I hadn't talked to already. Of course, I sat down and started drinking hot chocolate until he finally came over and talked to me, so he did. And you know what? It was a misunderstanding I had with him. And I look back at scriptures and it says something along the line that if you have a problem with your another person, you need to sit down and talk to him, at least you go to court. So it's amazing when I sat down and talked to him, how the conversation went along and how it ended. And I think in the noble words of Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke, what we have here is a failure to communicate. So what I'm going to suggest here is that somehow this city form a little committee. It doesn't have to be official, but where it can be moderated by one or two people. I talked to Johnny Thomas and he thought it might be a good idea too. He'd be the moderator. Now, I don't know who in the world would argue with him, but maybe when we have two parties, instead of winging it out over the internet on Facebook or whatever some of these other things are, that we get these people together and we sit across a table and we talk it out. You know, maybe if we'd done this last time, we wouldn't have lost a damn good city manager. But hey, no city budget next time, huh, Robert? So anyway, that's all I got to say. Maybe you guys can think about it. I'd be more than happy to be one of the people. And Johnny Thomas said he might be in one of them too. And maybe this town can get back together again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Who's next? Okay, at this time, all the public comments have been approached. And so at this time, I'm going to move the agenda around. We're going to go into our closed meeting. We're going to state we're going into closed meeting at 6:55. The city council will hold an executive session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, Government Code, Vernon's Texas Code, annotated in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551.074 to discuss personnel, city manager's employment contract. And the second item is the city council will hold an executive session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, Government Code, Vernon's, Texas Code, annotated in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551071 to consult with an attorney regarding pending and/or contemplated legislation related to infrastructure and loss of city property. We will return. And the time is 6:55? Okay. Here we go. It is 8:44. We are back from the closed meeting, so I close the closed meeting and go back into the open meeting, correct? And then I have to 8:44, and then, number 20, the city count, no. Oh, anybody have any public comment on the executive session? Well, that's what well, that's where I am today. We're good? Okay. The city council will hold the executive session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, Government Code, Vernon, Texas Code, annotated in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551.074 to discuss personnel, city manager's employment contract. For that action, we move to proceed with the recommendation. That was the wrong one. That's the S&G contract?
Yes.
For that item, we are going to proceed with the contract of SGR. But don't I state what I'm going to do and then I ask for the motion? Or somebody else? No. Okay, then give me a motion. Okay, we're going to have a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the proposal to find an interim and a permanent city manager with SGR Resources.
I'll second that motion.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor? 1, 2. It is approved. Do I need anything else to that? Okay, the next item. The city council will hold the executive session pursuant to Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, Government Code, Vernon, Texas Code, annotated in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551071 to consult with an attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation related to infrastructure and loss of city property. And that one was move to proceed with the recommendation of the city attorney. And then I need a motion. Okay, need a motion with that.
I make a motion that we proceed with the city attorney's recommendation on pending litigation.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made and second. All in favor? 2, 3, 4. It is approved. Okay. Now to find where I'm supposed to be. I'm number 7. Here we go. Discussion and action on ordinance by the City Council of the City of Smithfield, Texas, authorizing the issue of City of Smithfield, Texas Tax Note Series 2025, levying an annual ad valorem tax within the limitations prescribed by law for the payment of the obligations, authorizing the executive execution of any necessary engagement agreement with the city financial advisors and bond counsel and other matters incident and related thereto. Samco is here. Robert, please add.
Yeah, certainly. I've asked Andrew Friedman to come back and give an update to the actual tax note. It was sold on the market, and he's going to go over what that implies with respect to this ordinance that you're considering for discussion and action tonight.
Andrew Friedman, Samco Capital Markets, the city's financial advisor, handed out a brief packet of information, and I apologize for the really small script. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get it.
No, pardon me. Just to print larger, the first page of this are the bid results. We received competitive bids today at 11 a.m. We received 8 bids on our $3 million tax notes. The seeming winning bid from BOKF, an investment bank out of Oklahoma, there was an error in the bidding website, and I have not had this happen before, and their bid was too low for the market, so it kind of clued me in that something was wrong. They submitted a bid at 2.68%. After visiting with them, there's an error not on their part, not on our part, just with this bid comp software that did not correctly calculate their bid. So the winning bid is UMB Bank at an interest rate of 2.807% for these 7-year tax notes. A couple of things. One, we're in a huge bond market rally right now for the last several weeks as people are anticipating that the Fed's going to lower their Fed funds rate. There have been just a huge demand for municipal bonds. And so we've seen interest rates coming down really the last 3 weeks or so. So through no, great genius of my own, we've priced into a great market. Very pleased with the results that we have today. The other thing I want to point out to you is we've got a lot of bidders here, a lot of people who are interested in the high credit quality of our offering. We went to Standard & Poor's as part of this process to get our credit rating evaluated, credit rating akin to we have FICO scores for our personal credit. We have a AA- credit rating here at Smithville. So it's a very high grade, investment grade rating that helps us to get the lowest borrowing cost possible. And so all the folks that are showing up here that are bidding over each other to try to get your notes, helps drive down that interest cost. So very pleased with that result. Behind this and we looked at these the last time, so I won't go into great detail. The $2 million portion of these tax notes for the general fund and $1 million for the utility fund in the same form of analysis that we looked at last time. I want to point out to you that the interest rate we assumed when we were looking at this last month was 4%. We're locking in an interest rate of just over 2.8%. So very great result there. That's, again, lower interest paid on the 7-year loan over the life of that loan. Behind that are the final numbers. Again, I'm not going to go into these in great detail, but I'm certainly happy to go into them if you have any questions. But we're putting $3 million into the project fund. With your approval tonight, these will close on September 29th. The funds, $3 million, will be deposited into the city's accounts, and that's net of all costs, the cost of issuance and the purchaser's discount. And again, this will be repaid over the course of 7 years. The yield on these range from 2.43% in year 1 out to 2.83% in year 7. So again, very pleased with the result, very appreciative of Robert and Cynthia's time. They had to put a lot of effort. This moved very quickly. We had to go to the bond rating agencies and have a call with them, provide written responses to about 4 pages worth of questions about not what they can read through our audits to understand our financial position, but also what's going on in Smithville, understand the budget process, understand some of the nuance within the numbers and in the audited statements. So Robert did a tremendous job and Cynthia did a tremendous job in providing really thorough answers and thoughtful answers that helps us to lock in that AA- credit rating. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you all have. But again, very pleased with the result. We've just picked a great time to go into the market as it happens.
What is the dollar amount for the savings on the interest over the life of the two bonds?
I actually did look at that today. We're borrowing $3 million. It's roughly $35,000 over the course of 7 years. So a much lower interest rate, but because we're not borrowing a ton of money and it's only being amortized over 7 years, the actual dollar amount, admittedly, not that great. A dollar is a dollar. That's right.
No.
I don't have a question. I've got a statement because I want to correct some perceptions that I may have caused about my opinion of handling this tonight. I think this is something that we need to do tonight.
You want to?
No.
Okay. I make a motion that we adopt an ordinance for the $3 million tax note, series 2025. Need anything else? Good.
Second.
A motion has been made and second. All in favor? It is approved. Thank you for your time and all your hard work. Cynthia and Robert, thank you for your hard work. And what a great interest rate.
Yep. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
For hanging in.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Where we at now?
Discussion and action on an ordinance adopting the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget.
Mayor, I think this is where we were going to discuss postponing 8, 9, and 10 until Wednesday night.
But I still have to read each one and say postpone. Is that correct? Yes, I still have to read each one. And are we all in favor of postponing?
Absolutely.
Okay. So number 8 is postponed. Number 9, discussion and action on ordinance adopting the 2025-2026 fiscal year tax rate at 0.638952 per 100 evaluation. We are going to postpone this until Wednesday night. All in favor? Is everybody on the same page? No, we're not on the same page.
No, without objection. You just say without objection.
Without objection. You good with that? You good? Okay. Number 9's been read. How did I get out of whack? Okay, discussion and action on ratifying the property tax revenue increase reflected in the year 25-26 budget. We're also tabling this, correct? That is correct? Without objections, is that correct? So here we go to number 11. Discussion and action on a memorandum of understanding with the city of Smithville and Smithville ISD to establish emergency reunification sites in the event of school evacuations. Welcome.
Hi, good evening. I'm Bethany Logan. I'm the Assistant Superintendent, and with me tonight is Dr. Molly Perry, the Superintendent. We are proposing the MOU to use city facilities in the event that we have to do a multi-school evacuation. Obviously, we would like to use Tiger Stadium, but if in the event that we can't, we have to have contingencies and also planning for those emergencies. If there is press that come to Smithville, what do we do? Where do we go? And where do we evacuate students, right? And so for public safety and the safety of our students and our families, we're asking tonight for the MOU to utilize Riverbend Park if we need it, and also the rec center. Any costs incurred by the school district will be paid by the school district. And so it will not cost the city any money. It's about how do we safely make sure that students and families are reunited in the event of an evacuation.
It's pretty cut and dry, and it's all about safety, so I'll entertain a motion.
I do have one question on this, if I may.
Please do.
In the PowerPoint, I may say something different in the memorandum, but in the PowerPoint, each party is responsible for its own expenses. So let's say it's an event that ends up reunification stays after hours, rec center needs to continue staffing during that.
Smithville would pick that up.
Okay.
On a motion?
Please.
Mayor, I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding with the city of Smithville and Smithville ISD to establish emergency reunification sites in the event of school evacuations.
Motion been made in second. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's approved. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for all you do.
I think I'm the next one as well.
You are. Discussion and action. Yes, you're a boot camp girl.
Okay.
Discussion and action on a memorandum of understanding with Smithville ISD's Bastrop County Juvenile Boot Camp.
So with the juvenile boot camp, we have a multi-city agreement in Bastrop County with the city of Elgin and the city of Bastrop to have boot camp, because our students who are expelled from school for offenses such as aggravated sexual assault, it can be that, you know, they've been charged with sexual misconduct, that they can't be at school anymore. If we don't have boot camp, then these students are expelled to the street, and there is no remediation for those students. And so in order to continue their education and give them a restart where there is some social and emotional teaching and supports, there's some counseling services, but then also they can continue their education, that we go into a memorandum of understanding with the other cities and school districts, and we each play a part in the boot camp process. And so tonight, what we're asking for is that we continue our memorandum of understanding that we've had previously so that we can continue to give our students the supports that they need.
Mayor, would you like a motion?
Please.
Mayor, I move we approve the memorandum of understanding with Smithville ISD's Bastrop County Juvenile Boot Camp.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made in second. All in favor? Approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion and action on a resolution awarding the contract for Home Grant Home, building 3 new homes. How exciting is this?
It's good.
Give me a motion. It's pretty cut. It's pretty, what is there to talk about? This is great.
Okay. Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt a resolution awarding a contract for the home, grant home program to build 3 houses.
I'll second that motion.
A motion been made in second. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approved. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we love your smile. Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
Please don't leave now.
Yeah.
Discussion and action on a resolution in support of addressing food insecurities and strengthening local food pantries. We're on number 14.
14, okay, Mayor and Council and citizens remaining, approving this resolution will recognize local food pantry efforts and affirm that the city of Smithville has a commitment to supporting local food security initiatives. We have a wonderful food bank here, as does other municipalities in Bastrop County, and this garners your support for that effort moving forward.
Yeah. I make a motion that we adopt a resolution in support of addressing food insecurities and strengthening local food pantries.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made in second. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Approved. Discussion and action on a license agreement for joint polls between the city of Smithville and Time Warner Cable, LLC.
This particular item, the Time Warner did not get us a copy of the updated contract, so it was subsequently pulled from the agenda.
There you go. So no action taken. Discussion and action on resolution authorizing the city manager to waive rent and utilities for certain nonprofit organizations in this area. Take it away.
Okay, Council and Mayor, approving this resolution will allow the city of Smithville to waive rent and or utilities for the following nonprofit entities that occupy city-owned facilities: Smithville Volunteer Fire Department, Smithville Area Chamber of Commerce, Lost Pines Artisans Alliance, Smithville Community Gardens, and the Smithville Workforce Training Center / Career Tracks. This will require, although should you choose to approve this resolution, we still will have to develop MOUs with each of these entities to memorialize the agreement.
If I may, is the fire department not part of the city? Is the fire department not part of the city?
They are a part of the city, but it's our building.
The volunteer fire department building is the city of Smithville.
I guess my question is, why is this different from the library? Why are we having to specifically carve this out for the fire department and not for like the rec center?
Because they're a 501c3 organization that occupies our building.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I was just confused by that because I guess for all this time I thought it was a specific department of the city. I didn't realize it was a separate entity.
Correct. And then we'll still have to do MOUs on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so.
I'll move it. Mayor, I move approval of a resolution authorizing the city manager to waive rent and utilities for certain nonprofit organizations in the area, including Smithville Volunteer Fire Department, Smithville Area Chamber of Commerce, Lost Pines Artisans Alliance, Smithville Community Gardens, Smithville Workforce Training Center Career Tracks, pending development and signature of memorandums of understanding in order to comply with state law.
How about a second, somebody?
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made in second. All in, okay, go ahead.
I
You
have
have
one more
discussion?
question, just to make sure I'm understanding this right. In one of the budget meetings, we gave a stair-step program on utilities. 100% this year, 50% next year, or I'm sorry, 100% for the upcoming year, 50% for the next year. Is that where the MOU comes into place for, okay, perfect.
I just want to confirm that because that was my understanding that we agreed to do a transition down to
Transition.
0 on this, correct?
Yes, sir.
To come back next, okay. So we had a motion and a second. We had discussion. All in favor? It's approved. Discussion and action on a resolution for Bastrop Central Appraisal District Director nominations.
Okay, Mayor and Council, BCAD nominations are once again coming due. It's a 9-member board. 5 of the 9 members of the board are appointed by participating taxing entities, the county, the cities, the school districts, and the community college. The 5 nominees with the highest number of votes will be elected. 2 of the current board members whose terms will expire on December 31st, 2025, have expressed their interest in continuing their position on the board and would like another term. Those 2 members are David Red and Justin Besner. Again, we get 5,000, there's 5,000 votes, 62 votes we can cast, but that's at a later date. You're just nominating these people and confirming their desire to be reappointed at some point in time.
Is there a
Go ahead.
reason why these 2 were nominated by the city? Or are
They're existing,
existing?
they're already
There.
there and existing,
Going to be renominated.
and they want to re-up, and so yes, that's why they're here.
Mayor, I make a motion on a resolution for the Bastrop Central Appraisal District Director nominations of David Reed and Justin Besner.
I second that motion.
Motion's been made in second. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, approved. Discussion and action on a resolution amending our master fee schedule, and this also is what we're going to table. We're going to table this. Are we all in agreement? To table this?
We're
Yeah.
tabling this.
We're going,
Not until, it can't go on September's meeting. It'll have to go in October.
okay, so we're going to table this motion. Are we all in agreement?
It can't, it's not on the agenda. I've already posted the agenda.
For the meeting on,
Wednesday.
for Wednesday,
Mhm.
isn't this part of the budget?
It's a master fee schedule, so no, it would be
Okay.
did differently.
You're good?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
At this time, no action taken.
Mhm.
Discussion and action on approval of the financial report. Cynthia?
Well,
Nope.
let me give her a,
Oh, I thought we figured to have another.
nope. Due to the ERP CRM conversion and trying to get the budget readjusted and the utility bills out, there was no financial report, there was no city manager report. We just ran out of time. In fact, we got the budget out 9 minutes to spare before the deadline, so again,
No
thank you,
action
Cynthia.
taken? Okay, and then we go to discussion and action as a result. Oh, I didn't did that.
It's over.
We are adjourned.
Budget meeting next Wednesday.
I will see y'all all back here on Wednesday at 5 o'clock Wednesday? 5 o'clock? What time is Wednesday?
5.
Wednesday at 5 o'clock. I see you all back here.
6 o'clock.
Ooh.
30 minutes.